Hey guys, Johnny Elite here. This is a better camera, but let's talk about why you should never give validation to women. It is the most dangerous concept that has ever been created. I'll speak to this video exactly the same time when I started in game, which is 18 years ago. I'm gonna kick myself in the ass for believing in this bullshit. First of all, Todd Valentine and these kind of guys believe that you should give validation to women. They believe that whenever she validates herself, then you can give her validation. Or these guys who are basically getting women who are 5s and 6 out of 10s wearing makeup. That they're basically 6 out of 10s. Like you can put lipstick on a pig. You can put lipstick on a fucking pig and think that's hot women. It's not. Giving validation, you'll never get hot women in your entire fucking life. You only get them equal or below. Exactly the same kind of women that Todd Valentine had a baby with, a baby mama. She's really, really unattractive. And you think to yourself, this is what they call leveling, exactly the same concept that Todd Valentine talks about. Leveling means you're making a move in the game that is leveling you down. If you can't get higher, it's because you're making a move that does not deserve to be there. So let's talk about validation and why it's bullshit and why it's the most dangerous fucking concept I've ever seen in my life. First of all, if you were dressed like a homeless person, and you're like, hey, can I have some change? I like your jacket. I like your jacket. Can I have some change? That's exactly what validation is. If you are lower value and you try to give validation, what's going to happen is, use this chart here. In fact, I made it a little bit better here, so it's easier for you guys to see. Validation. So this is called value. V-A-L-U-E. This is your value. This is over here, this dotted fucking line. It's called the line of fuckability. So this is the line of fuckability. Fuckability. But however, if your value is down here, as an Asian guy, and you're trying to get validation here, you'll never get over that line. Validation is only when your value is already up here. You just need a little bit to get over that line, as if you were a tall white guy. So this is a white man's game. Validation is so fucking dangerous, you will kill yourself in the game. This is like a public service announcement for the dumb twats that believe in it. So this is why guys like this giving validation, low value guys, dating coaches, are basically guys who gets women that are exactly on the same looks level. They're getting 6 out of 10s. This is what they call the low-hanging fruit. First of all, I don't give a fuck about low-hanging fruits because I usually get women way above my look scale, way taller, way younger, way prettier compared to me. I'm just a fucking Asian guy. You think an Asian guy like me has any value to give if I validate her like a homeless person? Like, hey, I like your jacket. Can I have some change? That's exactly what you sound like. And now let's take other Asian men who are basically doing this kind of advice. They listen to it. They're like, oh yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I gotta give validation. Listen to how this fucking thing sounds. Oh, cool. Oh, wow. So they're like, hey, with a fucking autistic face. Hey, with hands in the pocket. Nice to meet you. Or, hey, I want to meet you real quick. I want to meet you real quick. What? I want to meet you real quick. Oh, nice. Oh, wow. Cool. Oh, so you do ballet. Oh, wow. Oh, nice. Oh, cool. Oh, okay. Oh, nice. Oh, wow. Oh, cool. What? Oh, nice. Oh, wow. Oh, cool. Oh, why the fuck are you so impressed? That's a better question. Why are you so impressed with the women? If you were a high-value person in the game, you're an alpha male. Of course, even Todd Valentine is attacking the concept of alpha males. Fuck you. So, okay, a lot of this bullshit. Okay, first of all, why listen to me? I have 410 Daygame pull and lay testimonials, mostly lay this year. I have the most. Compared to Todd Valentine, I'm up here. He barely has any testimonials. Maybe one tall white guy or one fucking black guy got a testimonial. That's about it. But he doesn't get a lot of student results. Second of all, infield. I got more than you, Todd. Fuck you. And third of all, women above my look scale. So fuck you. Having said this, never listen to anyone giving validation. That says you got to give women validation. It is so dangerous. So put yourself in her shoes. She's a high value woman. She gets guys hitting on her all the fucking time. High value guys. Guys who are tall white guys, who wears blazers, who are rich, who are millionaires, or whatever people go in their club. And guess what happens? They start giving validation. Then it's high value. Imagine a hot woman gave you validation. How you feel? That's a better question. She's like, oh, hey guys, I really like that jacket of yours. Of course you'll feel good. You'll be like, oh my God, thank you so much. Because she's hot. If she's hot, you're like, oh, okay, I like that. Like that, she's hot. So she gave me validation and I feel good. But however, if you're an Asian guy, it's like an ugly fucking chick, you know, like a fat, ugly, short chick with buck teeth who's like fucking 4 out of 10, a little bit masculine looking. Oh, I like your jacket. You're just like, yeah, okay, thanks, I guess. Okay, sure, why not? Yeah, okay. I gotta get going now. That's exactly how women are treating you when you give validation. This is why it becomes a big numbers game. As strange as that sounds to you, this might be the first time you've ever heard of this stuff. Okay, being live again, you're no problem. Todd's a pussy with married below average. Yeah, fuck him. Fuck him. I totally agree. So, I'm just telling you guys the real shit. In my boot camps, I've never ever had a student give validation. If he accidentally gives validation, guess what happens? How many people is online? 4, 3. Okay. If the student accidentally gives validation, I yell at him. Because every single time he's like, oh, cool. Oh, wow. You got to ask yourself, why is it cool? She's like, I like ballet. If you guys like what you're hearing, give it a thumbs up. So I know that you guys like it. And also for you guys, you should go check out www.johnnyelite.com. Because a lot of people are not reading my blog as much as before. Maybe I changed the layout of the site. But you guys got to check out this site. But I digress. I'll put in the link. I mean, thumbs up in the, yeah, that. All right. So in my boot camps, not a single student is allowed to give validation. And I think I always want to speak about this topic. I always want to talk about why validation is so fucking dangerous. But nobody fucking listens to it. Because they're too busy sucking off Todd Valentine and giving him thumbs up for no reason at all. This will kill a whole generation of Asian men. Asian men who does not have a lot of value here. Hi, you're cute. I want to come and say hi. You're giving her compliments, as he says, in validation. And then when you give a validation as an Asian guy, not like dressed like me, but dressed like complete absolute shit, hunching over, up talking like this, you know, talking like Todd Valentine, and giving compliments. Oh, you do ballet? Oh, cool. So this is why I'm here. Oh, cool. Oh, wow. Oh, nice. Or, you know, like self-proclaimed high leg counts guy. Oh, nice. Oh, wow. Cool. Oh, nice. Oh, wow. Okay, let me ask you a question. Or how about other people? Justin Wayne. Yeah, cool. I love Russian girls. Cool. Okay, first of all, unless you have some value, unless you are high value, there is no goddamn reason why you should give validation. There is not one good reason why. Because when you're low value, you give validation, you get auto rejected. It's leveling. So imagine an Asian guy doing the same thing. Oh, wow. Oh, cool. I love Russian girls. And she's like, oh, my God, this guy loves Russian girls. And I'm getting validated. The most dangerous thing you can do is to give female validation. Females get more validation from Tinder, from online dating, from every other fucking source. So whenever they go on Instagram, they're just, oh, give me more likes. Give me more like, just give me more likes. That's exactly what they do on Instagram. Women are just whoring for likes because they get female validation. And this is why the game is harder every single fucking year. This is harder every single fucking year because of female validation. Every year she swipes left on the phone. She's filtering more guys. And what kind of guys is she filtering? Is it the guys who actually give validation? The guys who say, you look nice, I like your jacket. Oh, wow, oh, cool. Of course she's filtering these dumb motherfuckers out. Now you have essentially turned the game into an auto-rejected sort of thing. Women always reject guys. Women are always trying to filter out guys. Shit test, all this other shit is just to filter out the beta males from the alpha males. I'll say this again. Women are constantly filtering out guys. They're always looking for that one reason to reject them. If you give female validation, which is, oh, cool, oh, nice, oh, wow, oh, cool, nice, cool, cool, cool. I love Russian girls. Oh, wow, oh, nice, I love you. Oh, wow, oh, cool. Yeah, I totally agree. Oh, wow. First of all, if you're an alpha male and you get women way above your look scale, let me ask you guys a question. Why the fuck are you so impressed with women? You think to yourself, why are you so impressed with women? Why are you so fucking impressed? Doesn't make any sense, does it? You're like, well, but because you're putting women on a pedestal. First of all, nothing about a woman impresses me, especially for my students. And for the first time, I'm revealing this. If she says I'm a fitness model and I'm a doctor, and that's exactly what one of the students who banned the women, if you look at my testimonials, in a fucking bathroom. He banned a fitness model in the bathroom. And on Skype, what I had to teach him was he couldn't stop giving validation. He kept saying, oh, wow, oh, cool. I was listening to his infields. Oh, wow. I have to change his inner game. So that way he's not impressed by women. Because that's what makes them chase you. Women chase a guy who's completely different than all the other guys she swipes left to. And this is something you do not understand. If you treat women differently, outside the box, she starts to get wet. When you act like you're inside the box, oh, wow, oh, cool, oh, nice, I love you, yeah, great. You're basically giving women who are 6 out of 10 value. And this is why Todd Valentine is teaching you this, because he's getting like a 6 out of 10 or 5. And this is exactly where it levels off. I've talked to you guys about leveling, haven't I? And it is a Todd Valentine concept. But here you are, Todd, leveling all the people who listen to this bullshit. If an Asian guy listens to this, it starts giving validation nonstop because they give him authority figure, even though he's RSD. And like I said, I'm not like Todd Valentine. I'm more scientific. Scientifically, 97% of my bootcamp students have pulled or gotten laid before, in the pre-bootcamp training, during, and after. But nobody is allowed to give validation. So that tells you something. They all dress like me. That's another thing. He dresses like shit. You're using your white SMV, which is not really high because you're not that good looking. You know, your infields, you don't even fucking pull. You just call it a pull or lay, or same day lay, and it cuts off 75%, and the audience are so stupid. And third of all, your entire game is built on mindfulness. Hey guys, if you remember this concept, you'll be fine. So this is what they call, if you remember this, then you'll be fine concept. This is what they call mindfulness game, RSD style. If you remember 12 concepts, you know, you just gotta make sure, you give girl validation. You say you're adorable, and then afterwards, you have to like focus on her, get her attention, and then afterwards, you gotta emote. You can't remember 12 fucking things in your head. If you're in a boxing fight or you're in a war, right? The girl will knock you the fuck out whether you remember 12 things or not. You need real training. You need real drills. And one thing you need to drill out of your system is to get the fuck out of this validation bullshit mindset. Let's see if the question is. Hey, John, you're correct. They don't have any idea about the real game. That's correct. RSD has, because you're from the Philippines. And there's other cockfags from the Philippines who are what they call POA Academy. You said something about them faking in fields and shit. Like, the point is they follow RSD. RSD is bullshit. Todd Valentine is still RSD-like. And that's the big problem. They're still RSD-like. So next time you give validation, you're going to get all rejected. I guarantee you every single time. It's going to be like a landmine. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, cool. Oh, wow. Boom. You do it again. Oh, wow. Boom. 2. 3. She's going to go fucking cold. No matter what you say or what you do, you wonder why she's doing this now after that second validation. She's not even listening anymore. And this is a white girl. Because you're an Asian guy with no fucking value going up to white girls and giving them validation. My game works for the lowest common denominator, Asian guys. And when you give this validation, oh, wow, cool, nice, oh, wow, cool. Guess what? She's gone. You listen to the wrong people. So what should you do? Is there any solutions? Because this seems awful. It must be so awful to get all rejected because you listen to the wrong gurus. Go ahead, give it a try. Go out there yourself and give validation and see what happens. I guarantee you, if you're an Asian guy, it's going to be like a landmine blowing up your fucking feet into a million pieces every single time. Every single time you're going to fail and you're going to wonder why. And then now you know because Johnny Lee told you that validation is stupid. I'm going to give you some tips now that's going to change your entire life. And I don't have to give you these tips. I don't because I'm generous, because I'm a kind person, because I'm speaking to myself as if I started the game and I'm trying to impart some knowledge to it. This is such a dangerous concept. First of all, for validation, okay? Let's say this is the line. This is the game. Opening. So opening. And you got to keep her on the line. All the points that you give validation here has to be eliminated. So let's say, for example, in the opening, you give a validation here. Nope, get rid of that. Over here, you give another validation by mistake, get rid of that. Over here, you give another validation by mistake, get rid of that. So the point is to remove these things like they're tumors. They're tumors. So what happens? What can you do instead of giving validation? Because you probably, as an Asian guy, you probably think that white women are way up here and you're way down here. So when you give a validation, you're probably thinking like, oh, wow, cool, because you're impressed because her value is higher than yours. Does that make sense? Because you feel like her value is much higher. So you think, no, you can't just disqualify all the time like Todd Valentine says. Because, you know, that's just too much, right? No, you don't have to disqualify. You don't have to disqualify all the time like an alpha male. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, Todd, not to teach you game because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And you're famous and I'm not because no one wants to hear what I'm saying because no one wants to see a 5'7" Chinese guy, you know, basically getting 410 laden poll testimonials while making everyone else look like amateurs. Todd, what I'm saying is get rid of these validations. Instead of giving validation, you don't have to disqualify her. You don't have to nag her. You don't have to tease her. All you have to do is just to get rid of it and say the word, say it with me, everyone. Two fucking letters. Okay. Okay, right here. Okay. Okay. So what the fuck does okay mean? Okay. 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 See, it's neutral. You're not insulting her. You're not giving her validation. You are saying, okay. 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 Now you're just like, oh, fuck, John's right. So John is saying that you don't have to actually validate women. You can actually just say, okay. 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 Oh, now you have taken yourself out of the fucking landmine. Now you're not a lower value guy giving validation. In fact, you are raising your fucking value now because your personality is of a person of higher value. And the ones with a higher value doesn't have to give validation. And now you're just thinking to yourself, what the fuck? What have you been doing all this time? What have you been doing all this time? And now you realize, holy shit, John's right. You have, by accident, been knocking yourself out of the fight. Adorable opener. That was stupid. That was so fucking stupid. So what he's saying is that he followed Todd Valentine saying, you're adorable. Here's a very cute boy. First of all, you're not a boy, Todd. You're like a grown ass man. And here's a cute boy coming to say hi, to this cute girl, and that's so adorable. That's so adorable. Oh, that's great. Look at you. You're doing something cute, and I'm acting cocky, funny. Yeah, I bet you do this to the guys all the time, and now you try to get her into that frame of cocky, funny, and then eventually you pull and nothing happens. Okay. Maybe I'm not making myself clear. I'm not making myself clear. For the people who follow Todd Valentine and they follow this bullshit concept. First of all, what the fuck? Why we say, you're cute, you're adorable. Oh my God, look at you walk that way. You're essentially saying, like, listen to this, okay? This isn't Elite 30 from Hard Case to Hero, my product, get it. Don't be this is actually in the course. I'm giving away one of the tactics. This is your value, this is hers. But maybe if you're Asian, your value's a little bit lower. Oh, cool. You're adorable. No, this is actually no. This is your value and this is hers. But you're cute. You're adorable. Oh, wow. That's so cute. Oh, wow, I'm so impressed. You see, you raise her value. You give women validation. Exactly the same kind of validation she gets on Tinder and Instagram. Every year she gets more and more validation. Now her head's already up here. She's acting like here. You got these women who are 5 out of 10 looks, ugly as fuck. Because every other guy on Tinder and every other motherfucker on social media, every motherfucker on Instagram, they're swiping right on her because they think she's easier to get. And let's be real here. Her friend, who's 8 out of 10 in looks, always feels she's ugly. She always feels she's ugly because no guy's giving her attention. Because it's easier to get the 5 and 6 out of 10s, the low-hanging fruits. So you keep giving validation to the low-hanging fruits over and over and over and over and over. You guys getting this? Give it a thumbs up. I only see 1 thumbs up. What the fuck? Okay. So basically what's happening is you're giving her validation because you feel like in this area of women, okay? Just use a chart here. Well, you can see it. If she's 10, 8, 6, 4, whatever. But if she's like fucking around here, right? This area. What's basically happening is that all the guys are funneling through here because they think they can get laid on Tinder easier. Now she gets all the validation. Nobody is like, swiping here because they think, well, she's not going to like me. Why bother? And just like Daygame, you have the same fucking mentality. You're leveling down. You're playing a game up here. So you're basically Todd Valentine's game is like 5 or 6 out of 10 game. And all the other guys who says give validation. The guys who are playing game way up here does not value women's opinions, does not value women's giving them validation. A high value person does not give validation to a lower value woman. So women start to chase. And you say, oh, but Todd's like, oh, you can't just disqualify her all day. You sure about that? Says who? When I talk to a hot woman in the beginning, I roast her. It's like a cunt punch. And you got to think, if it's like a jab, it's a conversation. If you start with a normal jab and you just going back and forth, comments open and questions, just talking with her, guess what? You're on the fucking line. That's great. But as soon as she's high value and she's thinking you got no value, she wants to leave. She's off the fucking line. Of course, you got to tease, but you got to tease harder, maybe several times. And who says this is a boxing match, like I said before? Right cross is, right cross, jab, right cross is the teasing. Hook is the flirt, uppercut's the touch. But who says you can't do a cunt punch, like a low blow, over and over? That's how you get hot women in the beginning. And you might be thinking to yourself, holy fuck. So you're saying, John, that you roast women completely in the beginning if they're super hot. You damn fucking right. I don't build connection. I do not give validation. Bootcamp students, you give validation every single time, women has all rejected them. Every time they don't stand 45 degrees and talk to her, put too much pressure, she leaves, as you saw in that last video. So if there are certain moves that you should not do, like giving compliments, none of my students give compliments. The only ones who can give compliments is they have tall white guys, are guys who have no value. The guys who are so fucking low with women that their SMV is so fucking low, they have to give compliments because they need to go through the numbers game and get rejected like 1,000 times to get that pull. These guys can give compliments as a last resort because the other way, they don't have enough value or emotions without setting the frame. Just like when Todd Valentine says, intent is killing your game. That's bullshit. I had a student using no intent. He pulled the woman home, Asian guy. And as soon as he gives his intent, she's like, oh my God, he's growing a penis right now? What the fuck? She all rejects him. She gets the fuck out of there. These 5'7" short white people like Valentino, Cockfed Cohen, and Todd Valentine are giving wrong advice because they're white. Because they're white, they got 10 out of 10 SMV. Now they think they can give validation and no frame. But I'll attack that other concept in the future. But first of all, like I was saying right here, just to my old self, validation does not work. No matter how much you try as an Asian guy, there is no path to victory. There is no path to victory by saying, you're adorable. Oh, wow, cool, nice. Oh, I love you. Oh, yeah. Unless you really want to get 6 out of 10s. Unless you enjoy low-hanging fruits. You're leveling off your game. If you are aiming for 5s and 6s who gets nonstop validation from Instagram, then of course you can give validation. But I'm talking to people who's aiming for 7, 7.5, 8, 8.5, 9, 9.5, that area. If you want to level up here, there is no validation. So you gotta say to yourself, John, fuck, what if I accidentally give validation? How can I save this set? How can I save this set? Let's see what's set. What about strong, tall, white, black, and Latinos? Well, the thing is that they can give validation. Even Justin Wayne, by being taller, you can still give validation when she sees you as a high-value person. But if you know that move still levels you and you know you can still get all rejected, then I would suggest that if being neutral, like an Asian guy, you might as well just follow the Asian route. Does that make sense? You always follow the Asian route, no matter what. Because you know direct, right, could work for white people. You know that. But if you follow my game, which you don't go direct, you go adaptive openers, transition, this and that, keep her on the line. They make it a numbers game because if they go direct, they can swipe left or swipe right to him, and she can leave. Now it becomes a numbers game. It's called leveling down. All right, here, this game. But however, if you took away the direct and you did everything else the same, your game goes up here. It's the same with validation. If you know by giving validation as a tall, white, black, or Latino guy, you will still get something, just like direct. But you'll be leveling down here. You might occasionally luck out. You'll make it very long before your next leg. You're going to go through a lot of rejections. Unless you take away, like an Asian guy with no value, you play the lowest common denominator game that works for everyone. Does that make sense? So if the lowest common denominator game means no validation, you can still be a tall white guy, a tall black guy, a tall Latino like my students. They don't give validation. They just flirt. They flirt. I don't see that many thumbs up. 0 thumbs up. So it signals to me that you guys don't understand this. Because most of you probably has given validation your entire fucking life. It also tells me that you guys are just, you guys have been so brainwashed. Finally, 1 thumbs up. But it goes to show that you guys have been so fucking brainwashed by Todd Valentine and RSD that this is so incompatible. Like, what the fuck? Why is John saying stuff that are complete opposites to everything that RSD is saying? But John is the top dating coach, #1 in the world. If you take, for example, a fucking bodybuilder, okay? Bodybuilder. And you go up to him and you say, what's the best practices? I'm new here. Mr. Bodybuilder, I want to be better at bodybuilding. And he's a big genetically advantaged guy. And he says, do this, do this, do this, and you'll be big as me. So what do you secretly do if you want to be like growing faster and be the top 1%? You take his entire fucking list, you write it down, and you do the opposite. The fucking opposite. That's why I'm the opposite of RSD. Because that's why I'm the top dating coach for Daygame in the world for student results. You are number one when you do the opposite of the best practices. Say this again. If you guys are taking notes, and you should. And you should also check out my site, www.johnnyelite.com, especially my blog. A lot of you are not checking out my site. Maybe I'm not on YouTube Live as much, but let me put a link. johnelite.com. Is not giving a fuck really important in terms of getting women? How do you balance not giving a fuck and calibrate not blowing out the set? It's not about not giving a fuck or giving a fuck. It's more like value or no value. Okay, wrapped in black, it's like value, no value. On this chart, this is what it says value here. And this is the line of fuckability. You raise your value through your personality by not giving validation or doing any moves that lowers your value. Everything could be a demonstration of higher value or a demonstration of lower. As soon as you give validation, you become like lower in the value. Does that make sense? You lower your value. Your leveling is not about not giving a fuck or giving a fuck. Because sometimes you do have to care, especially, during the social comfort stage. Okay? During the social comfort stage, you have to care. A little bit. It doesn't mean you have to build like connection, but you got to build some comfort. On the instant date, of course, you can care. But however, it's not about caring, not caring. It's more like high value or low value. You never ever use a low value move. And that's what it creates leveling. You never ever give validation, ever. Ever. From now on, if you guys listen to this one advice, a lot of you will get laid from it. Then give me a testimonial. Let me know here so I can screenshot it. As soon as you start making this move, some of you will get laid, I bet. At least one or two of you. And you'd be like, what the fuck? John's game's that strong. Yes. Why give validation? It's like, imagine you're like Dan Pena. Does Dan Pena have to give validation to other people? No, because he's a high value guy. Same with Dan Walk, when I saw him on YouTube. He's also from Vancouver. Does he have to give validation to other people and act like a low value person? No, because he's a high value person. He's made 70 million or something here, a lot of money. He doesn't have to give validation when you're a high value person. You don't have to give validation. You don't have to give any validation. It's so stupid to give validation. If you know, just by saying okay, 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 and taking away the points of validation, you can still move the game forward rather than getting all rejected. Because you have a point of compliance and no compliance. Oh, wow, cool, nice. Cool, 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 cool. I love Russian girls. You have now essentially, when the things are moving forward, right? You're playing the game, you're on the line. You have essentially put a wall between you and her. You actually put the brakes on the interaction. And you did it again. It's like grabbing the fucking handbrake. Again. And now you can't really move to the insta-date because you've given validation 3 times. You have not made it to the finish line, which is to get to the insta-date, which you would need to go to another race to get to your fucking pole location. Never give validation. That's all I'm saying. And you just got to look at the stats. You got to look at the science. Because a lot of you think Todd Valentine is very scientific. Is he really that scientific? I've created my day game system from scratch, field testing everyone's game, including Todd Valentine's. I field tested every white person's game. I used to teach white game in the first year as a dating coach. And all my tall white students got laid. Asians got no results. It's the saddest moment of my fucking life. That's when I realized that there is a leveling system. There is a hierarchy. And even when I was in university 18 years ago, approaching in the cafeteria, approaching in the bus, giving validation, using this white man's game, doesn't work. Stop using white man's game. Stop sucking off the white man's cock. That's my best advice to Asian people. Stop sucking off the white man's cock and giving them authority. First of all, because the problem is you. A lot of you, it is your fault that you believe white people. I'll tell you why you believe them. And I don't blame you. Because you assume white people are like doctors, they're authorities. Because they're dating coach. He must be white, so he must be good. No? Yet a minority like me have to show so much fucking proof. I have to show one fucking testimonial after another. But guess what? You're not listening because you put them on a pedestal. Oh, wow, Valentine. Oh, cool, Valentine. Oh, wow, nice, Valentine. You give the advice, I give you the authority. If this one piece of advice doesn't work, you should discard it all. You know validation does not work. My students don't give validation. Bootcamps, you're not allowed. No, none of my students are allowed to give validation. Number two, you know direct does not work unless you got super low SMB and you have no other fucking choice. Number three, no frame does not work. Oh yeah, you just have no frame, right? But my students are getting all rejected in the bedroom with no frame because they pulled her as a friend zone without any sexual intent, the sexual connection. If white people's game is ineffective and they don't have minority testimonials of the Asians and Indians, short ones, skinny, discard. You have to be retarded to believe that shit. So what happens if you accidentally give validation? You gotta pretend it's like slipping a fart, right? Oh wow, I love that about you. You're like, oh fuck, I just slipped a fart because now I fucked up the interaction. Then you turn into a push-pull, so you fan it away. I'll say this again, it's like slipping a fart. Oh wow, that's so cool of you. But you have to fan it away by using a pull, push-pull. So you'd be like, oh wow, that's so cool, but you know what? But I don't agree with that. I think you're a crazy person. Or, you know, I really like that dress. I'm like, fuck. But actually, no, that's a stupid color. Like, that's not really like that popular now. Are you from the 80s? You're like, oh shit. So John is saying to keep her on the fucking line, the only way you can possibly keep her on the line if you accidentally create a wall here is to actually destroy the wall yourself, fan it away, by doing a push-pull. That's correct. That's correct. If you accidentally given validation to women who basically get nonstop validation, which is why Daygame is getting harder every single year because women are swiping left all the time. Swiping left. They're practicing. You got one more year of practice swiping left. Swiping left. Every year. And then more likes on Instagram. These Instagram whores. These validation whores. Just love the thumbs up, the likes. You just get more and more. And then here you are in the fucking streets giving them motherfucking more validation. Like stupid cunt motherfuckers who don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Listening to Todd Valentine, so fucking brainwashed that I only see like one like or two or whatever. It's just hardly any likes there. I'm blind. I can't really see the screen. Two. Only 2 likes because you're so brainwashed. That 2 likes that you see on the screen right up here is the reason why you're so brainwashed and why you're failing. Because you listen to the wrong gurus. Like I said, if you accidentally give, I know this is a mind fuck to a lot of you. Okay? I know for this, you know, YouTube Live, a lot of this is a mind fuck. Women care about definitely not men. Women care about women's validation. You're saying stupid shit. You should capture all of RSD's audience. Hey, are you the guy who actually are you one of my students? The guy who holds all the events for RSD? But you got 10 lays under my training. You got none from theirs, and they don't even the students don't even fucking pull or get laid in day game, but only night game. Are you that guy? I just want to make sure. How is one not giving validation but create sexual? Okay, first of all, what does validation have to do with creating sexual attention? Okay, you're someone else. What does validation have to do with sexualizing a conversation? That's the problem. A lot of you dumb fucks, right? Don't even know what a tease is, and you don't even know what a flirt is. A flirt can be sexual or romantic, but fuck the romance. Even like Credit Stealers game, Justin Wayne's game. No fucking romance. My students only go sexual. It's another leveling move that kills all the testimonials. If you give validation like a homeless person, okay, wrapped in black. If you give validation like a low value cuck. Oh, wow. I love your dress. How is that sexual? How does it turn sexual? You have essentially turned yourself into a homeless fucking person. A low value homeless cuck person. Like a fucking simp. Beta male. How is that related to sexuality? It is not, because your mindset, if what I'm saying is so real that you guys don't even understand, then maybe you should just actually fucking try not to give validation. I guarantee you, you'll start dating like crazy and pulling and getting laid. You see how much you guys don't understand? It's like a billionaire trying to explain to a bunch of dumb motherfuckers how to make more money, and you're just like, but I thought you're supposed to do this or that. No. Oh my God. You listen to so much of the wrong gurus, and you're not even scientific about it. You just, dear God, please forgive these people for they not know what they have done. Please forgive them. That people like Todd Valentine and these white dating coaches have destroyed their life. Please open their fucking minds. Sorry for swearing. Please open their fucking minds. Sorry for swearing again. That these guys are completely brainwashed and they're completely stuck like RSD victims. They can't even put one foot in front of the other. They don't know what the fuck a validation is. And they don't know what the fuck, sorry for swearing, a compliment is. And they don't even know what a tease and a flirt is. They're completely destroyed. They're SMVing it. Please forgive them, Lord. Amen. Okay, I gave you guys a prayer because you guys are completely fucking stupid. You guys are so fucked up that I have to attack Todd Valentine about him being like, he thinks he's very scientific. A lot of people think that. I'm going to have to make a future YouTube live about why Todd Valentine is not scientific whatsoever. He is just a philosopher. He always says, my philosophy is this. Sexual connection all day. Exactly. Sexual connection doesn't mean you have to sexually connect right away, but you can ask sexual connection questions. So how do you meet other guys? Do you like meet them through social circle and you meet them on Tinder? You should be thinking about sex. You don't have to flirt like, you know, the old credit stealers game. Oh, look at your legs, right? It's just like you must be flexible. You don't say shit like that either. You can use questions to indirectly flirt, to lead her mind in the right direction. Say, John's from a different planet. John's game does not even like correspond with any other dating coach, but John's getting all the student results in the world. But you know what? I'm happy about that. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, you know, when the society, or he said something like this, when everyone in the society is going a certain way, it's a good time to pause and reflect. It's a good time to pause and reflect. That means if all the sheep are going one way and they're all fucking like, there's no testimonials involved. And that's a positive stereotype game. You should go with the opposite direction or pause and reflect. The only coach I've ever seen actually knows how to flirt, the tonality, everything. Exactly. And stop doing this romantic shit. But I'll talk about this in a future video. Romance does not work because it kills all the testimonials. I have 33 times, if you do the math, the amount of testimonials than Credit Stealer. I have 100 times the amount of testimonials than Justin Wayne. Justin Wayne has 4. Justin Wayne has a Nick, the male model looking guy, Mitchie, Michael Wayne. He has like a fucking another tall black guy who's super strong. He says, "Oh, I got the lock-in process. I got a tattoo." Big fucking deal. My old roommate, right, the good-looking Latino-looking Indian guy, he also got a tattoo on her because he's high value. He's like fucking 9 out of 10 in looks. He looks like a Latino. The same fucking positive stereotype. Justin is like so fucking out of touch with reality. So delusional. And then what's his 4th testimonial? Like, an Asian guy who's better looking than me. Looks like my cousin from Toronto, but stronger. But that's only one token Asian guy. 4 fucking testimonials, Justin. You said you have hundreds. Where? Show me. I already proven. I already shown hundreds. I have 410 right now. Actually, I have way more than 410. It's closer to the 430. I just don't have the time to edit all the testimonials. I have to censor their faces too. And you'd be surprised. You're like, what the fuck? Yeah. I mean, another student just had a baby. Check out my blog recently. And he was like learning from high, like fucking self-proclaimed lay counts guy. And he used to get made fun of every single day. Then he decided to join John Elite, or John Wayne at the time. Now he has a baby. He's a father. Here's the value. White people's value is so high, they don't have to touch, they don't have to flirt, they don't have to tease. And the mystery method is what kills all of you guys. Because mystery says, oh, you're supposed to like, build, you're supposed to get her to stop. And you're supposed to build attraction. And then you separate it into comfort or connection. Then you separate into, after 10 fucking dates, seduction, 10 hours. Look at my fucking site. I pulled 2 women home and banged one in the bathroom in 10 minutes. And they're super hot above my look scale. You listen to white gurus, and what happens is, because you listen to white people, you give them authority. It's like saying, oh, he's like a police officer. These white dating coaches are like a doctor. I give them authority like a fucking sheep. Because a lot of you are sheeps. You give them authority without actually thinking about it. They haven't earned their authority. They just have to be white and you think it's plausible. It is plausible. And Todd Valentine has never shown like a same-day lay on his YouTube. He's stopped it in the fucking cab. That's not a fucking pull location. That's not. But you all have brainwashed yourself into believing that somehow a same-day lay happened even though he didn't fucking show it. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm having a fucking headache here. The fact that it really overrides your fucking mind. This blog and this YouTube live is all brutal honesty. This is the real game. I don't give a fuck whether or not you agree with it. And Jesus, when he was preaching the gospel, of course, a lot of people resisted it. They didn't fucking listen. I need to stop swearing when I'm talking about God. Okay? You didn't tell a girl that she's a sexy body, sexual connection. No, it's not. That's called validation. You don't tell her she has a sexy body. That's more like Credit Steelers game. Or Justin Chicken Wing. You can kind of say like, you have a body, right? I've noticed that. You work out, do you do yoga, or you're a flexible person? You can indirectly flirt that way. And she'd be like, yeah, I do work out. I'm very flexible when I do yoga. Yeah, I mean, like, can you actually like put your legs over your head? Like, like some of the women there, or something like that. She's like, no, I can't do that yet, but it's already sexual. Then if you wanted to flirt, you can. But you don't need to flirt in the traditional direct way. There's almost an indirect flirting, which I'm introducing to the world. This new concept. It's like, John, how come all your concepts are different than all the other dating coaches? Because I get all the testimonials. Think outside the box. You have to assume. That's why I was attacking mystery, and a lot of people really hated me for it. They stopped going to my blog. Because everyone followed the mystery method. This is what it all started. But mystery got one thing right. He doesn't give validation. He doesn't give direct compliments. That's only one thing he's got right. So it starts with the mystery method, RSD, London Daygame, simple pickup, Justin Wayne. This is the lineage. This is the lineage. Does that make sense? Because this is the lineage and you give them the authority. Now you believe that because of mystery, even though he's not a day gamer. Let me ask you guys a question. How many infields of day game does mystery have? Of him pulling or getting laid? Or even the fucking number of close? How many infields does mystery have? One maybe. Is night game concepts and day game concepts compatible? Do you know that even high lay counts guy or self-proclaimed? Is he good at day game? So if day game is not transferable to, okay, if night game is not transferable to day game, then why are you following these fucking gurus for day game? Social skills, remember this chart? Social calibrations, social skills, social calibrations, emotional intelligence, and game. The biggest problem with night game is that you don't have any emotions. You're just basically vibing it a little bit and you're kind of filtering. Social skills. You see that? You can't transfer just this part. The body language, it will be too aggressive for day game. And the game is not compatible with the day game. You will need the social skills and the emotions, or you're fucked. You think Tyler's really doing day game? Tyler RSD? He's just basically grabbing women doing what they call flash game. Flash game. So what's flash game? Flash game is just basically saying, hey, how's it going? So he starts with like this. He pretends to hug her. So this is what they call social expectancy. Because he's like this all the time. You'll see this in all his videos. She'll walk in because socially she's expected to walk in here. And he'll give him a hug. Then he'll be like, here, you come over here. She'll walk in because she wants to seem like a cool person in front of the camera. And trust me, I have kissed women in front of the camera, so they want to seem like a cool person kissing me. I use that trick too, but I don't do that very often. And then now there's both of them. Then he's like, oh yeah, you get to kiss each other, or else you're not cool. He's using fucking social pressure, right? And he lifts them up, right? Just kiss this, and you think that's game for you guys? You're like, no, that's impressive. That's impressive. No, what's impressive is my students like pull and getting laid all the time. 97% of bootcamp students pull or get laid. Only 3 motherfuckers did not get results. Who are the 3 that didn't get results? Impossible cases who can barely even transition out of a fucking opener. No social skills, emotionally fucked, and 1 short black guy. 3. The rest got laid or pull. So if somebody's telling you from a guy with 97% of the students pulling getting laid, I'm only starting this from working with a different company. Before, I couldn't get any Asians laid because I taught them white man's game. I taught them white man's game. And I fucking hurt Asian people. That's why I hate it so much. I didn't know any better. I didn't know any better. Hopefully you can still hear me. I'm turning on the fan here. It's pretty hot in here. I don't know. I just don't understand this industry because the way I see it is a scientific process. I started from scratch. I field tested every system. I see what works and what doesn't, and I tell you guys here the actual results of the field testing. But nobody wants to accept it because they're brainwashed. I think for you guys, for this validation thing, you don't understand what validation is. You don't understand what a flirt is. You don't understand what a tease is. You're all confused. So you're just all taking action SMVing it. You're all just doing this RSD. I'm going to SMV it. It's a numbers game. It's not a numbers game, dude. You take away the validation aspect of it, right? Cross it out, cross it out, cross it out. It's no longer a numbers game. It is a game of conversions. It is a game of value. Now you're just like, what the fuck? And people dropped off because now I'm talking badly about RSD. But have I earned the right? If John has more testimonials than RSD for Daygame, right? One short Asian dating coach can beat an entire company with like 12 people. Credit Stealer Wayne cannot beat them without me. He's only got like fucking 12 testimonials or 15 at most now. Maybe even like 10. Who knows? This year. But before he only had 6 or 7. I was the guy with like fucking 350 in the company. That's why all the credit was stolen from me. Justin Wayne tried to take credit for my work. Oh yeah, I trained you. No, you didn't train me for shit. When he was fighting with Charisma King. You didn't train me, dude. John has 100 times the testimonials than Justin Wayne. In fact, London Daygame has more testimonials than the other Waynes. When you put me there, I crush London Daygame. All of the coaches. Every single London Daygame company. Put all the testimonials together. John Wayne at the time curb stomped them. He even curb stomps the Wayne in terms of game for student results. It's very funny because when you look at it, and I talk about the leveling concept. If you guys haven't seen that video, it's so important. That a person with high SMV will have a lot less testimonials. How does John get 100 times the amount of testimonials than Justin Wayne? 100 is a huge number. Because when you have higher SMV, when you're tall black guy, and women are into you because you're dark skin and muscles, and your race, your pre-selection. If women are already into you, then it's not so much your game. You're inventing techniques. You're delusional. You think it's your game. It's your SMV. That's why the little game that's left over is why I have 100 times more testimonials. The odds are I'm using a lot more game. In fact, what my game is overkill. There's so much to it. They're only focusing on this category game. They're not focusing on the social skills, social calibrations, emotional intelligence. And a lot of people are upset when I talk about Justin Wayne. RSD is worse. Mental masturbation. Yeah. RSD has nothing to do with game. RSD is just basically about value. The tall Asian guys who does like 2,000 approaches will eventually get laid with the ugly women. Their value is like nothing, and eventually they'll hit one. So this is what they call SMVing it. SMVing it. Of course, 2,000 approaches, 3,000, whatever. That's not game because you're not removing the validation. And people are dropping off. I get it. I'm going to drop off too. I have really hit a nerve here today. I have really hit a nerve because everything that I was talking about is going against your brain. Is creating something called cognitive dissonance. What's a cognitive dissonance? It means you have one idea here, okay? So if you look up the definition, cognitive dissonance, this is your idea over here, okay? So your idea is RSD, okay? We're gonna put like a fucking square. And then I'm giving another idea, Johnny Elite, don't give validation. But because the ideas are conflicting with each other, you're basically experiencing a mental pain here, like a real big mental pain. So this mental pain is called cognitive dissonance. This is exactly what's happening right now and why people are dropping off. See, there's many that dropped off. You're experiencing that all this brainwashing you have been through that does not lead to results. And I'm telling you, my science, like I said, just because you drop off does not mean that, Jesus over here. I'm not saying I'm Jesus, but doesn't mean I won't stop preaching the fucking gospel of the real game. If you take money out of the equation, you realize RSD and all these other people are just in it for your money. They don't give a fuck about your results. They're after the fucking treatment, not the cure. I'm here to give you the cure. No more validation. That's the cure. But the treatment makes more money by telling you, just give her validation. Just give her compliments. Failing in giving compliments is the fucking treatment. There's a lot of money in the treatment. There's not a lot of money in the fucking cure I'm giving you. Not a lot of money. Nobody wants the cure in this industry. There's a lot of you guys are really just mentally masturbating. A lot of you are just mentally masturbating because you have low self-esteem and high ego. RSD does not offend you. So when they tell you nice sounding things like, you don't have to give validation, or you give validation, you're adorable. You like it because you want to be Asian and you want to feel like, oh, I'm enough. I'm enough. My value is enough. Therefore, why can't I give validation? Listen, you dumb cunts. I'm Asian too, and I know. And I got more Asians laid than most of the dating coaches in the world. Actually, more. I got more students laid in Daygame than ABCs of Attraction and Queefing Casanova combined for Daygame. It's an insane amount of Asian students. A fucking Asian company can't even get their Asian students laid in Daygame because they're using night game technology from Mystery, a derivative. Don't you see? Don't you see everything I'm saying? It's just exactly the results that you see in the fucking industry. When are you gonna wake up? When are you gonna stop deluding yourself? If you accept everything I'm saying, you do everything I tell you to, you'll get laid faster than ever. You might get laid so fast, it's gonna be a fucking shock. You're like, well, I should have listened to John in the first place. Yeah, you should have, but you still pay RSD like $5,000. And you do it without any questions asked because you're sheeps with low self-esteem. Lower self-esteem, higher the ego. And guess what? Higher the ego because you don't dress well. Looks don't matter. I'm going to give women validation because I am enough. Now people are dropping off again. That hurts people's fucking ego. No one wants to listen to the truth. No one wants to listen to the truth. These people are snowflakes dropping off every time. That's right. So why did they drop off? Because low self-esteem, high ego. It hurts. It hurts. When it hurts them, their fucking wallet is shut, just like right now. And then they go to RSD because RSD is like not hurting their ego. But maybe sometimes, guys, that you need to stop being like, fucking sheeps and stop getting offended. Maybe the truth is when you're brutally honest with yourself about your value, it's the only day you can change it. Let me just tell you this. If you're really an Asian guy with 1 out of 10 SMV, let me ask you a question. Shouldn't you at least distribute your attributes into dressing nicer so you can raise your money category? Having a better lifestyle so you can raise your status? How about improving your fashion so you can improve your looks? How about social skills so you can improve your game in social calibrations? But rather than doing that, why are you ignoring me and saying I am enough? When you're enough and you go out there and you failed, do you still want to do day game? Or do you go to night game? And when you go to night game and you failed that, whose fault is that? Is it because you're low self-esteem? Is it because you couldn't take the truth? Is it because maybe what I'm saying is something you're not able to do, which is be brutally honest with yourself? Like I'm talking to you like I'm talking to my old self because I was once that person. I was disillusioned. Don't you think that I field test all the white man's game at this point? I know everyone's game system. Don't you think I know? Didn't you see that I only got white students laid before when I started out? You know how painful that was? And then when you try to get through to the Asian men, you see how you just don't even listen because you don't want to see a yellow face that's 5'7" in front of you. You want to see a tall white guy. So isn't it because you want to cheer for your hero worship, like hero fucking worshiping? Isn't that what it is? Because you don't believe you can do it. Is that right? So you worship other heroes. Isn't it because you want to live vicariously through other dating coaches with no proof, like Todd Valentine? Why are you mad at me? Do you even know why? Is it because of low self-esteem and I trigger your ego? Are you broken people? Are you sheeps? Are you easy to market to? If I'm sweet talking and you listen, like there's a lot of dating coaches who are sweet talkers. Don't they always say like, if you sweet talk them first, get them into your funnel, then you can tell them the truth later. When they get more and more money, do you think they tell you the truth? Or would they sell out like JT Tran, getting a tall, good-looking Asian instructor because they couldn't do it in Daygame? And now everyone's suffering. Isn't it greed? When RSD is making that much money off of you, you're low self-esteem. What happens if you try to dress better, like me? Won't you start to feel better about yourself? Won't you raise your self-esteem? Won't you start to see more clearly if you're a sociopathic and Asperger's? Won't you start to see more clearly? Won't there be less chatter in the left brain, the logical side, the bullshit chatter? Am I fighting your chatter? How was Jesus treated like when he first started? Did people try to ignore him? Did people try to ridicule him, try to spit on him? But eventually he won. Isn't that what Bruce Lee felt like? When he first tried to like penetrate Hollywood, didn't he get a lot of resistance? People pushing back. When he's trying to tell people it's a mixed martial art, it's a mix of everything. Am I going through the same thing? And even if I am, and you guys are just shutting off your minds because of low self-esteem. Do you know why I made a second channel? There's a second YouTube channel for Asian men. Look at my channels, what's connected to. You know why I made it? Because on that channel, I'm going to be a little bit nicer. Because don't you realize I'm trying to save the Asian men? I'm trying to help them. I'm trying to give them these tactics, not to give validation, so that we can survive another generation. Don't you see that 1 in 5 Asian men will not procreate? Only 1 in 5 will get married with a white woman. Don't you see? 54% of Asian women will marry a white guy. Don't you see I'm trying to save you? You think I'm just here to offend you? Don't you think I'll make a lot more money if I talk like JT Tran or Credit Stealer? I'm nice to you. You think I'm in it for the money? Or I'm here to save the fucking world? It all begins with you stop being offended. My only advice to all you Asian people is to get the exact same watches that I have, Rolex. It's not a Rolex. Wear a fucking blazer for one day and wear nice pants. See how you feel. Won't you feel much better? Won't you start to think clearer? And like Dan Pena says, isn't the bedrock of all fucking self-esteem, right? All for high performance, it's self-esteem. Self-esteem is everything. Isn't the reason why you're not listening to me because you have low self-esteem? Exactly. That's just what I want to tell you guys. I'm going to keep preaching the gospel, and I will 100% stand against Todd Valentine. Fucking bullshit concepts. I'll stand against his bullshit concepts. Stop listening to white people. And perhaps I got to talk about white people in the future. They have a different SMV than you. And it doesn't mean they're good. They're lazy. Don't you think if you have a 10 out of 10 natural status, that you're not going to be touching, you're not going to be sexualizing, you're not going to be flirting? Are you going to take every shortcut because it's easier? You say, oh, RSD Max is short. Yeah, but isn't he good looking? You're like, oh, Todd Valentine's not good looking either, right? He's short like you. Yeah? But does he have any infields of him going beyond a fucking cab that goes to the bedroom, that goes into the apartment? Not even one. It's like, aren't you guys brainwashed? Why will you give validation if you know that my students are all getting laid? Not all of them, but I would say 80% of them are polling and 72% laid. Bootcamp, 97%. Bootcamp is very tough. I will yell at you like here, at worst. You'd be treated like a fucking military Navy SEALs. Hell week. My bootcamp's like hell week. The most, like, I don't want to scare you Asian snowflake cunts, but my bootcamp is so tough that a lot of people start to hate me afterwards. They get their lays and stuff. They get laid like 3 times, but they don't like it. Too bad, but you got your lay. I'm sorry, that was the only way. I had a student who got 3 lays on my bootcamp, Asian guy. I made him like work out. I made him use my fashion. And after he got his 3 lays, he was so happy. He's like, John, I want to help you out. Maybe I can help you in your business. I'm a marketer. Guess what? After a while, when I just say, can you get this done faster? He just disappears. Because because he only cares about himself, like most Asians. Most Asians are narcissistic. He dropped off and he was not happy. That was so tough on him. It's called tough love, guys. This is tough love. Telling you guys the fucking truth. And if I were yelling at myself 18 years ago, I would say exactly the same things as I said today. I would say, dude, no more validation. No more validation. Look at the women they're getting. There are other coaches that talk about giving her validation. Look at the women they're getting. Are they like 6 out of 10s? Short 6 out of 10 looking women with makeup from Daygame. Todd Valentine, giving validation. He has a baby with a woman who's like 5 out of 10. Isn't that upsetting? Julian Blanc marries a woman who's basically like 5.5 out of 10 or 6. He's talking about Mr. 10 game, RSD. Yet Gen Lifestyle taught Tyler and Julian Blanc's game in Vancouver. Not a single Asian person or anyone got laid from Daygame. They got laid Daygame, like I've been telling you. Daygame, absolutely no results. Why listen to them? RSD is toxic. I was there before RSD in Mystery, 2 years. I started 2001 in the game. So who the fuck are you to tell me that I'm wrong? Do you have any proof? Go to my front page. Look at all the testimonials. We're up to 400. Just scroll down. If you scroll down, up to 410 now. But some of you are so dumb. You're like, oh, but John has so many testimonials. I don't get it. You don't make the mental connection. But like RSD. Testimonials equals transferability. Justin Wayne does not have it. I have 100 times the testimonials. Just to go and it shows you, Wayne or not Wayne. Why does one have 100 times the testimonials and all his students are tall white people or black for testimonials? And instructors, and one good-looking Asian guy who's like 2 points higher than me. But that's it. Why? You guys listen to the wrong gurus. You're screwed. If you did nothing that I say and you only say okay, okay, okay to women, rather than oh wow, cool, guess what? Your game will improve by like 30%. You start to have more Insta dates. You start to have more people coming out on dates. And you'd be like, John was right. Until you fucking tried it, you don't know. Because you just automatically assume. And that's the problem. That's the problem with listening to these gurus. I'll show you why. If I can find my book. I had a book here called Influence. Right here. So what does influence do? Influence is basically all of the tactics that RSD uses against you. And this is why Todd Valentine and all these gurus fuck you over. The first thing in this book is called Weapons of Influence. So Weapons of Influence. This is how RSD fucks you over. In the very first chapter, they call it a click whir response. How a mother turkey, under circumstances, will brace a natural enemy if it goes cheap, cheap, cheap. What does it mean? Imagine there's a turkey over here. And there's like a stuffed animal here, right? Of a fucking, I don't know, a dangerous animal. As long as there's a tape recorder that goes chirp, 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 chirp. Right? The turkey will take care of it. You're like, what the fuck? What he's trying to say in this book from RSD people is that you guys stereotype white dating coaches as authority figures. Automatically, like doctors, and you automatically have a conditioned response. Is that possible? That you automatically all think RSD Todd is some kind of mastered PUA dating coach, extraordinaire pickup artist, but you never look for the proof. You're like, shit. Okay, so click word or whatever response. That's in the first chapter. Second chapter, reciprocity. How RSD fucks you over. By him giving you nonstop bullshit free advice because you have low self-esteem. Low self-esteem people with high narcissism. When you give them something, like an object, for example, I give you like a fidget spinner for free. I have this because I was teaching the inner circle how to use it for eye contact. I give you a free object, and you're like, thank you. You want to give something back. This new idea of me giving away a free course, I want nothing from you guys. If you guys want to get Elite 30, that's fine. You do so at your own free will. Because I just want to help my fellow Asians. But Todd Valentine has nonstop bullshit advice videos. Now you feel like you're getting golden nuggets like RSD, am I right? Reciprocity, like RSD. That's why you believe their concepts. Because they kept giving you nonstop bullshit advice videos. They believe if you consume 10 hours of their advice, you'll spend 1K with them, USD. And that's easy to get you like, so how did they get you to buy into their bullshit advice? Todd Valentine bullshit advice. Very simple. Very simple. They'd be very comforting to you. Hey, I'm Tyler here, and I just want, yeah, you guys, like, looks don't matter, and all that shit. I'm empowering. I'll never attack your ego. You are enough. Hey, you're enough. They just keep doing that over and over, and you always feel empowered. Todd Valentine with his autistic face doesn't even fucking move. Hey guys, yeah, you just have to give validation, and his eyebrows move. That's the only thing that he has. And validation, and yeah, normal. You get free advice, so now you feel like you want to give back. You think you're getting golden nuggets, you're getting golden poison, golden rat poison, every single time. So John, you're saying they have a playbook. Why do you think Justin Wayne's giving a free course now? Why do you think Justin Wayne's using this sort of automatic response? He shows his girlfriends or so-called girlfriends from seeking arrangements. He doesn't talk about seeking arrangements. I know, because maybe I was involved in such a way that I got one of his instructors, I won't say who, to ask one of his girlfriends, how did they meet? Seeking arrangements, I found out. He asked one of the girlfriends, don't be stupid. The money he's stealing from your bank accounts before dipping into is not for gambling, it's seeking arrangements. How you get all the girlfriends, lock-in process, seeking arrangements, long-term. Stupid. You follow the wrong grooves and you don't think about it. Looks matters. If you're good looking, gives you compliments. It's not just good looking, you want to at least be a positive stereotype. That's a better question. How can you make yourself a positive stereotype? For example, if you're Indian, for example, like a curry Indian with a big fucking beard. A beard might be very like, I'll make a future video about Indians maybe like in a few days. I've been promising you I'll make one. A lot of Indians have been asking me about the Indian SMV. You have a big beard and it looks like a greasy fucking beard. You might think that's masculine, but does that make you look like a curry Indian? Yes, it looks like a greasy curry Indian that women don't like. But you're like, oh, but Bollywood says this is really good. Coconut oil on your hair. At 5 o'clock stubble. That's good. It doesn't matter. Get rid of it. Fade your hair. Start wearing blazers. Stop looking Indian. But you don't get it. Your filter is too fucking stuck in India. This is not India, dude. So it's not about being good looking or not. You're actually a good looking guy. And so is my other, other old roommate. He's good looking. He's Indian too. But when he doesn't dress whitewash, he dresses like a Latino or Indian, he gets all rejected despite his looks. Just be real here, dude. I know I'm saying some real shit here. I don't care if you guys drop off or not. Commitment and consistency, another chapter. Let's see what's about. Oh yeah, people would do whatever other people do. Because if you want to be consistent, for example, RSD says looks don't matter, race don't matter, make fun of them. You have this ideology in your head. You always will be consistent to it because they frame control you. Just like you can go up to a woman and say, oh yeah, you're a very open-minded person. I like that about you. And she'd be like, yeah, I guess I am. RSD has made it seem like give validation, looks don't matter, be in the moment. It's all, you are enough. You are consistent with it. So you take online dating. I don't have time for stupid fucking questions, dude. Maybe in the future. I'm trying to make a very important point. Don't give validation. Social proof. Because you see a lot of people going to RSD, you automatically, without thinking, will go to RSD. Social proof also affected us pickup artists. When BBC documentary saw a lot of people getting pissed off at pickup artists, that's what happened. There was a purge. People follow other people. If you're dying in the fucking streets and nobody's helping you, nobody's gonna help you. Social proof, you give RSD the social proof by all of the people that are following them because of low self-esteem. Because of your low self-fucking esteem, you follow RSD. You go to their channels and you're all like sheeps. And when sheep see other sheeps going to RSD, guess what happens? You just get more sheeple. Give a thumbs up if you're getting this shit. This is some real shit. I don't care if I offend you. Somebody has to say it. The world's best day game coach is going to talk about all this stuff. I'm not making this shit up. Like, I'm not stupid. I'm actually a very smart person. You just don't realize it. But at the same time, I don't want to oh, so much for the safety in numbers category. It's like a bunch of pigs going into like a fucking slaughterhouse. That's a good analogy. But now people are dropping off again because now that this is too real for them. Don't worry, you can always rewatch the video if it's too real for you. Liking. Another chapter, just liking the friendly thief. So basically what's saying is that you guys like people that are just like yourselves. You like people who are white, so white people listen to white people. Asian people listen to Asian people. But guess what? Everyone listens to Johnny Elite. Every race trains under me. By trying to be likable, it makes it a lot easier. They're very likable characters, aren't they? When they're public speaking and talking really well in front of you. Physical attractiveness, they're not looking compliments. Just hold on a second, bear with me. This one's dangerous. Authority. You've given them the authority I was talking about. You see that? When I was telling you all these things, how you're getting all enslaved by Todd Valentine in their bullshit concepts, you have given Todd Valentine in the validation concept authority because you've given authority. It's just like doctors. Sometimes nurses, because a doctor gives them the wrong note or they wrote something wrong. One time, the doctor wrote eardrops, but he wrote the R first. So rear drops. So the nurse would put the eardrops into the guy's asshole. Because they don't even think about it. They don't think like, why the fuck am I putting eye drops into that? Because of authority. It's just like RSD. Or I got whatever leg counts autistic face. You just give them authority because they're white. London Daygame. Oh yeah, I just got this and that. You give them authority. You given the wrong motherfuckers like Todd Valentine and all these people authority. You have not earned their authority. Is this camera still working? I don't see myself in it. Can you guys still see me? Oh, for fuck's sakes. Okay, now it's working. Let's just pause for a second. See? The wrong authority can be like a cult. Good, you can still see me. So you guys, it's like a cult. Everything I've been trying to tell you is not, I'm not talking about, like, I'm not talking out of my ass. I am not trying to just hate on RSD or Todd Valentine. I'm telling you how you are enslaved. And I have a book here that has stood the test of time, 5th edition. The best book on how you're getting screwed. And I'll be talking about it in the future again. Now you're thinking to yourself, wait a minute. So you're saying RSD read this book and they know all these tactics? Yes. All the people who are dark triad personality, sociopath, narcissistic, and Machiavelli manipulation, they all naturally have this built into their brain. They know how to deceive people. And scarcity, rule of the few, that's different. It just means like when something is scarce, it becomes more valuable. Limited numbers. It was a long read. It took a month to read this. Instant influence. Automatic age. Yeah, you basically get the point. This is like not something I'm making up. RSD fanboys also fakes their like counts. I've been out with them. Well, I'm not surprised. They probably don't get much results. If you're RSD and you're Asian and you're into RSD, you probably don't get any results if you're short. Just be real here. Probably 0 results. If you're tall, you might get 1 out of every single 2,000 or 3,000 approaches with the ugly chick who's fat and say 4 out of 10. I know, I'm not stupid. Most of you RSD people are just like, the secret behind RSD was that there was a guy who wanted to work with me for affiliate marketing. He wanted to work with high lead counts guy and me. He says, oh, you two are the best. But I don't really think the other guy's the best. Because no one gives a shit about Daygame or online game testimonials. If I wanted online testimonials and I counted towards my 410, I would just like say only white people can join my online program for online dating. And guess what? It'll be 1,000 testimonials because they're white. Because they're white. SMV is super high in online dating. There is a hierarchy. There is a motherfucking hierarchy. And that doesn't count. Online game testimonials doesn't fucking count. Doesn't count. Night game, if it's all white people, you look at his testimonials. They're all white people. That's why you have to cover their face. That means only white people. It's a system for white people, by white people, for white people. Don't be stupid. More impressive if you got Asians and stuff. And one black guy, tall black guy. Guess what? Exactly like my theory. Tall blacks, whites, Latinos. John was right. John's always right. John's 100% right. Don't be stupid. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this. I have a new program for those who cannot afford the Elite Bundle. The Elite Bundle is $600, which is Elite 30 and Elite Playbook comes with 5 fucking Skypes. 5 costs more than the product. But the Elite Bundle is half the price. It's $310 right now. It's only gonna go until like the end of the year. For the Elite Bundle, it comes with Elite 30 and the Inner Circle. For those who don't actually have my fucking course, you can't afford the playbook, you can still learn in a group coaching setting for Facebook Live. Check it out. Put a link to it. But this is just brand new. I just made this yesterday. This new funnel. Hopefully it doesn't freeze up the computer. Fuck, I'll just put in a link afterwards. How's that? In case this doesn't work. Computer's fucking freezing up a lot. But yeah, there's a new bundle, just to let you guys know. V30, Inner Circle Facebook group. You save around $30. And for all those people who says, oh, John's too expensive to coach with him, now you have no fucking excuses. You think you're learning a lot here on YouTube Live. If you see the Inner Circle, you'd be like, holy shit, John's teaching us nothing here. John's only teaching like 1% of what he knows. There's no depth. Exactly it. Even though you thought you learned a lot and you guys are thinking, oh, John's teaching everything. I haven't taught you guys shit here. Why do I have the most testimonials? You should see what's in here, the experience. Discarding. Inner Circle, this is the strategy. I'm giving you guys an overall strategy. Strategy, tactics, and techniques. You are learning today a little bit of techniques. Usually I don't talk about techniques. You're learning more strategy, but you're not learning tactics. I don't teach you any tactics whatsoever. Inner circle, they learn step by step. I have to actually like you enough to like let you join inner circle. That means I will kick people out that I don't like, bad apples. People, I won't even let them join. But there is a new bundle. So, does having approach anxiety means I'm a hard case? Another stupid fucking question. I don't have time to answer your stupid fucking questions. If you're such a fucking hard case, then maybe you should actually get hard case to hero and get the inner circle. But I won't even want you in the inner circle. You're just too like, no offense, but I know you're kind of ignorant and you follow the wrong gurus for so long. Now you're completely confused because everything's a spin. You're completely fucking confused. Nothing makes sense anymore. You follow like credit stealer, and guess what happens? How many Indian testimonials does he have? One boot camp. How many does John have? Tons. Because he's black. He looks black. You follow the wrong gurus. Couldn't even get their own fucking bracelet. You think that their game with transfer is a Negro game. Justin Chicken Wing and Deep Fried Chicken Wing now are twin brothers because Justin Chicken Wing lost a lot of fat. Now he looks more Indian. The other guy looks more black. It's pretty fucking ironic. But their game is not transferable to their own students. Justin only has one black eye laid now. One. The guy who got a lock-in process. Tall, strong black guy with dreadlocks. All the other black people are screwed. Isn't that funny? The other Waynes can't even get their own race results. I got so many Asian results. Every race. Keep that in mind. Because you're stupid. And I get it. Why don't you go to my blog, okay, and read some concepts? Read some concepts. There's a page on my blog called My Concepts. Okay, Dark Lord? Go to that page. Go to johnelite.com. It's just like, oh, okay, where's concepts? Oh, here it is. And read it all. It shows my game, Justin's, and Credit Stealer's game. It shows my new concepts. And then when you understand my concepts, then you're like, your mind will be open. I would link it, but the browser is very slow. Okay, now I'm seeing more thumbs up. I think some of you are starting to open up now after seeing this. So I will talk more about this in the future. But if I'm saying that these guys that you put as gurus, authorities, like Todd Valentine, I would suggest that if you guys want to get laid, no more validation. You got to think about all the coaches that talk about validation out there. How many of them? There's quite a few. Okay. Why is this turning yellow? This screen's kind of turning yellow. For all the coaches that are giving validation, never listen to them again. And for all the other coaches, I guess better, that are saying validation is dangerous, they have a point. It's all about game of value. And Dark Lord, you don't have any clarity. I think that I got to put a link. Even if it might freeze up the browser again, I'm going to risk it. You have to open your fucking mind. You're just fucking ignorant about everything. You're so deluded. You really believe that women like your Indian style. You're too fucking sociopathic. It's not to insult you. I know you can't even afford my coaching. But when you're complete fucking deluded as shit, you need to have some way to see with clarity. I think clarity is very important. Though clarity you don't really understand. And now the page is loading. Let's see if my concepts page will load. Okay, I'm going to put a link below. I want you guys to check it out. You need this. You don't have to buy my product. Hey, man. It's going well, Ben. It's going well. Today, I'm trying to talk about Todd Valentine's validation is dangerous. And a lot of people are just, they're completely mind-fucked over it. They just couldn't believe I'm saying that. They really couldn't believe I was saying all that shit. They're just sort of like bent out of shape. And a lot of people left, Ben. Kind of weird, but whatever. And what I'm trying to say, Ben, in case you missed it earlier, don't give validation. Oh, cool. Oh, wow. Oh, nice. It's like this. Her value, your value. Oh, wow. Oh, cool. Oh, nice. I love your skirt. She's gone. There is no such thing as validation. If you give validation by mistake, you got to push pull, Todd. So it goes back to this. Does that make sense, guys? Oh, wow. Cool. Nice. I love this. Cool, 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 cool. I love Russian girls. Nope. If you're a low value guy, like a homeless person, this is what's going to happen. If you're a high value guy, you might get away with 1 or 2 validation. It will not be up here. It'll be like here, here. There's a difference between positive stereotype game and negative stereotype. Negative stereotypes cannot give validation. There is no such thing as validation for negative stereotypes. Validation is a pussy dryer. When you have lower value, I would say that try out for yourselves, guys. In every boot camp, students just love giving validation. When I inner coach them, say, stop giving validation, you cunt. The fuck is wrong with you? Shut the fuck up. Never give validation again. Where you low value cunt. And they stop doing that. And guess what? You saw the boot camp clips. What happened? You saw it. Fucking the guy gets laid. Fucking same day lays. First approach in the airport. He got one in Las Vegas right before the boot camp when he's still training with me. Validation is the most dangerous concept. I don't like alpha male strategies. I don't. But he's also a veteran of the game. I don't agree with everything he says. But one thing he says is that female validation is dangerous. I have to agree with him. You'll know that high value people don't give validation. They either roast her or they sexualize it. They don't give validation. I'm trying to load this page up so I can show you the bundle. Hopefully, this page loads. I'm going to send you guys a link here. I'd like to get more students, but lately people have not been reading my blog lately. I don't know why. Oh, it doesn't actually work. Page is too long. Hold on a second. The more people I can train, the more people I can save. The more people I can change their lives. Fuck, this is taking too long. I just put in a link below. I mean, fuck this. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say for today. Hope you guys learn a lot. From now on, never give validation. Give it a thumbs up if you like it, so I know I'll make more. You guys, I'm sorry for not being on YouTube Live more, and also this is a new camera. Hopefully I come out like the way I look when it's all rendered and shit, that it looks a lot clearer. You can see strands of my hair and shit. I didn't even fix my hair. Even if you're a veteran, never ever give validation. I mean, you're not really like there's just no path to victory. It's just like why give like think about it this way. If the Waynes, right, are all into romance, but I have 100 times more testimonials than Justin Chicken Wing, and I have 33 times the amount of deep fried chicken wings. But romance is cutting off the testimonials. Why do it? It's stupid. If direct game is cutting off the testimonials for white students might get laid. It cuts off for minorities, Asians and stuff. I'm not talking about tall black, whites, and Latinos. Those are not minorities that are negative stereotype. I'm talking about curry Indians, like dark lord here. You know, if you fix your fucking fashion, you move up to 4 out of 10 for natural status. You know that, right? No, you don't. Because you don't know anything about fashion. I haven't taught you. Indians, short blacks, you like short blacks. They're negative stereotype. Yeah, they don't have the tall muscles. They don't have the height. Don't you get it? The difference between a short black guy and a tall black guy is the muscles and the height, the pre-selection. And if Credit Stealer looks exactly like a black guy, you say, it's the accent. The accent is different. That's bullshit. It's bullshit. You look at my old roommate, tall, good-looking Latino guy. He's not Latino. He's Indian.
You think women know he had an Indian accent? Because the stereotype, the accent will have to pair with the stereotype. So if you, Dark Lord, look like a Korean Indian and you have a Korean Indian accent, guess what? Korean Indian, all are rejected. But if you look like a Latino guy and you have a Korean Indian accent, guess what? She has no idea what the fuck your accent is. I also have a chubby like bootcamp student who's Indian. He got a few lays with a few white girls. Was trained by Justin Chicken Wing. Guess what happened? He might got one lay in India, ugly girl. My one, he pulled like twice on the boot camp, and now he got a few lays back at home and United States. But for him, on the boot camp, he was dressed like a Korean Indian, like you. But then I went to Zara and I fixed his fucking fashion. He wore a cardigan. Guess what? The women are like, you know. He asked a woman, "Do you know what ethnicity am I?" I was like, "Stop saying that stupid shit." She's like, "I don't know." And it's like, "Oh my God, John, this is the happiest day of my life." She doesn't know what race I am. Why is that your happiest day? Because for once, he's not stereotyped like a Korean Indian. Because he dressed like a 4 out of 10. She probably thinks with Indians, they have different skin tones. You got darker Indians, you got lighter Indians, you got Indians who look black, you got Indians who look Latino. Their SMV would change depending on what race they look like. I'll talk about that in the future. It's not about the accent. The accent has to be paired. So if you have, like, for example, a Spanish accent, but you look like a black guy, you're still treated like a black guy. Sorry. If you're an Asian guy, but you dress whitewash, but you still have an Asian accent, you carry yourself, you look white as fuck, she doesn't know. I mean, she knows you're Asian. She doesn't know where your accent is from. It becomes less important. Does that make sense? You're a white guy with a Chinese accent. This is going to treat you white, or you look white. You're a black guy who fucking has a white skin. Right? You're a black guy with a white skin. But then you talk like a white guy. You're still treated like a white guy. And there's a lot of white people or black people that have white skin that looks exactly like a white person, like Meghan Markle. Or half, whatever. Mixed. Really bright skin. They're still treated white. Don't you get it? The accent has to match the negative stereotype. And according to this book about the click word response in the first one, guess what? People stereotype. People stereotype. So when you're an Asian guy dressed like an Asian fucking loser with messy hair, let's just say a really bad, my hair is messy today. Because when I saw that Todd Valentine video, I had to make this one. Because it was so fucking stupid. It was too stupid. I couldn't believe that someone would make a video saying validation. He's just leading a bunch of people down the wrong road. Like sheep to a fucking slaughter. My God. But when you're a negative stereotype and you look like an Asian guy with really messy hair, just ignore my tweet, and you try to give validation, she's going to stereotype you. You're going to be down here, Asian accent, Asian stereotype, Asian, the way you dress. And she'll all reject you because you're a homeless person giving compliments and validation, SMVing it. You don't have the value to. There's Indians who look K-pop. Yeah, I mean, I do have a good-looking student that he does have a pretty boy look. So that could happen too. I'll post his testimonials soon. A guy from India that, you know, he listened to everything I said. He wore the blazers I told him to wear. Not this blazer, but, you know, the blazers I tell him to wear. And a gray one. I told him to shave off his fucking mustache or make it very, very thin. Like, very thin. Thinner than this. Guess what? He got laid. Right away. He built up his Instagram. It's great. He got rid of all his creepy PUA friends. He made, like, friends with naturally cool people. In a short amount of time. And now he's dating, like, nonstop. And he's happy. I'm always like saying, always be pulling. And he's like, John, I really hate the way people dress here. I don't want to be like an Indian guy. Yeah, be whitewashed. I'm going to teach him in such a way until he can bang a white girl in India. Rather than raping them, actually seducing them. Because Indians, they're like, they have this lower self mentality. Rape is common there. Criminality is common. They just have this sort of mindset where everything is just, they're above the law. Sociopath. Narcissistic. Sadistic. That's not how you do things. You don't just fucking get drunk like crazy, like somebody I used to know, and then fucking have a lock inside the door. Inside, not outside. To lock outside. Lock the inside. The key. So she can't leave. And get her pissed drunk and wrestle her until she submits. That's not game. That's not seduction. That is something else. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Okay, it says unable to connect to chat. Testing. That's all I gotta say for today. No more validation from now on. Take it out of your game. It does not exist. If you're a negative stereotype. And even if you're a positive stereotype, guess what? Your game improves by using negative stereotype technology, which is no validation. Your value goes up. If you're a negative stereotype, oh wow, cool, her value goes up. If you're a positive stereotype and you have a little bit more value than the girl, guess what? Oh wow, cool, now she's equal to you. But if you just stop giving validation, okay, guess what? Your value stays up here. And it goes up a little bit. Okay, yeah, that's great. Okay. You accidentally said, oh, I like that about your eyes. But, it looks kind of creepy because the blue is just too fucking, it's too bright. Are you like a nightlight or something? Like, do you blind people at night? And then you go back to your topic. If you accidentally give a push-pull or give a validation, you do a push-pull. Like I said, you farted by accident. You just have to fan it away by doing a push-pull. It's exactly the same concept. I don't usually give away techniques like this, but this is the first time I'm ever giving away a technique. This technique or this idea of non-validation is an Elite 30 from hard case to hero. Eventually, I will have to replace the course from YouTube because they might take away the private feature. I'll move everything to ClickFunnels or some other platform. I don't know. It'll cost me money to maintain, but I have to move it eventually because YouTube is being a bunch of cunts. They're being a bunch of cunts. It's okay. Everyone who bought the course, from me, will always be having like another version for life. As long as you don't fuck with me. As long as you don't fucking screw with me and try to fuck me over. Then you always have a course like that. That's all I gotta say. Check out my site, check out my blog. Read it daily if you want me to write more. Because it's really exhausting when I change the template of the page of my site and people just drop off. And some of you are so dumb, you don't even know how to fucking click on the blog. I'm looking at my analytics. Some of you don't even know where to find a blog. Guess what, motherfuckers? I have a blog. Especially you, Dark Lord. You should read my blog. Because if you're not really bright and you don't understand the game, don't be fucking lazy. Just read the fucking blog. Read the fucking blog. It is my gospel of the game. The science of the game. The mindsets of the game. That's all I gotta say. See you in the next video. Next video, there's 2 topics I want to talk about. Either one, I talk about Latinas, how to get Latinas. They're flaky as fuck. Or number 2, I talk about Indians and their SMV, their different races, how they affect each other. Then you can ask me as many stupid fucking questions as you want. Anyways, this is the end of the today. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. I really do. I'll be back here more. It's just recently just been a little bit busy. It's been pretty hectic. I've been putting a lot of work on this site. Nobody's fucking reading it. That's not good. Of course, there are people, there's a lot of viewers, there's more views on the site than before. But there's less like visitors, a little bit. Not by much, but a little bit less than before. More views, less visits. It's always like variable. Don't be retarded. There is a blog. Go fucking read it. Anyways, talk to you guys later. Hope you enjoyed today. And I hope you got a lot of value. You probably got too much value. Stop giving validation and being like cunts. Now I'll say this to my old self. Stop giving validation. Stop listening to Todd Valentine. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Okay, talking to my old self. Don't be stupid. I know it seems like they're giving you a lot of free advice, and it feels like you want to reciprocate to the old self, to the old John. Don't fall for it. It's marketing. It doesn't work. Look at their testimonials. Success leaves clues. Look at how many times that he actually fucking get a woman to his bedroom or inside his fucking apartment. You don't see that. Cuts off at the cab. Open your eyes. Open up your mind to the old John. And everyone else will benefit from this message. Give it a thumbs up.